Hello and welcome to Square One Games. My name is Exonovit and I'm here to show you how to get another trophy for Uncharted The Lost Legacy. So let's talk about the trophy, Just the Wind. We have to stealth take down 15 enemies in a row. So I gotta be honest with you guys, this trophy kind of caught me off guard. I was actually running the train sequence, which is what you guys are seeing in the background now. My thought was there's gotta be 15 guards on the first encounter in this train mission, right? There's gotta be 15 guards. I remember there being a lot of guards when I was going through the game for the first time, and I thought, well, this would be a perfect opportunity for me to just stealth through here, get 15 takedowns in a row, and that be it. Now, as I'm running this sequence, I noticed that Nadine was actually doing some stealth takedowns, and by her doing some stealth takedowns, I lost count of how many I had, and then by the time I got to the end of this thing, I was really confused because the trophy didn't pop, but I didn't know if I had did stealth takedowns on 15 enemies or not. Does that make sense? Like I said, because she was doing some stealth takedowns on her own. So when I get to the end, typically you can hit start and then it gives you the option to replay the encounter or quit the main menu. But if you don't do anything, the game just kind of fades to black and puts you back out at the main menu. So when it put me back out to the main menu, I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna run that over again, but I think I'm gonna play from the beginning of the chapter because there may be a couple of enemies that are not a part of that encounter, right, at the first part of the train, because I couldn't remember. You guys know sometimes there's two enemies somewhere in a mission, but they don't have them as part of the encounter, right? They're just kind of ragtag out there. And I was like, well, maybe there's a couple more I can pick up. Let's see. So I basically did a chapter select to replay chapter 9. So I had in other words, the first time I played it, I was in an encounter doing the encounter select method, but the second time I did a chapter select to chapter 9. Does that make sense? And when you do that, it gives you the option to mess with your save files, and that's what you're seeing on screen right now. I ended up going ahead and doing a save and all that kind of stuff, booted myself back into chapter 9, did the whole driving sequence in the Jeep, boarded the train, realized that there was no enemies between the beginning of the train and that first encounter, and I was like, well, all right, well, I'm gonna run this one more time and I'm gonna count how many times I get stealth kills versus her, just to make sure there's not 15 enemies here. Come to find out, about the 5th or 6th person that I ended up doing a stealth takedown on, I got the trophy. Now, based on the footage that I'm showing you guys, if you go through and you count up how many times I stealth kill in both runs at this thing, it ends up being 15. So apparently the game does allow you to carry your, I guess if you do like an encounter select and you get, let's say, 10 stealth takedowns, it does allow you to carry that over to a chapter select. Does that make sense? Even though you couldn't sit there and like farm one enemy over and over and over again by restarting your encounter, because I've tested that since, and the stats don't go up. So in other words, if you have one stealth takedown and then you go, well, I'm gonna restart the encounter and just farm that one guy, when you do that, it doesn't give you credit. You'll still get a stealth takedown, but when you go to your statistics, it still says 1, when if it worked, right, if that process worked, it should say, it should say 2. So you guys are gonna have to determine how you wanna play this thing out in your game. Like I said, that's how I got mine. I just played the train sequence from the beginning to end, did not get seen, right, did as many stealth takedowns as I could, let the encounter end by itself, came back out to the main menu, chapter selected back to 9, ran the train sequence again, and I got mine about, like I said, 5 or 6 enemies in. So that's how I got mine. If you decide that you don't want to do it this way, you can always go into a chapter like 4 where there's tons of enemies and just, go from one base camp to the next, get you 8 takedowns over here in this base camp, go over there and get you another 4 or whatever until you get to 15. That's your call. But that's how I got mine, and I didn't do it on purpose, but I did want to show it, right? In case some of you were not aware that you could do this. Apparently that is a thing in this game, so just want to let you guys know. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. See you guys in the next one. You guys be good.